Channel knowledge base, and this is the second lecture of full stack web development. In this lecture video we are going to study about HTML. So what is HTML actually? If I try to write the full form of HTML, it is a hypertext markup language. Here each text carrying a special meaning, and all text are giving instruction to the browser how to render the elements in the web page. And every statement we have to mark it. There's a clear segregation of different sections. That's why it's called markup language. Okay. So basically we create basically we create the static component of the web pages. It consists of different types of element. Currently, the version we are going to use for HTML is HTML5. So each page of the web page contains different elements. It's a very elementary piece of the content. We call it tag elements. These tag elements can represent different contents in the web page. For example, if I want to write a paragraph, then I have to use a p tag. If I want to create a table, then I have to use table. So this all basic elementary tag collectively will create a content of the web page. Now each tag consists of set of attributes also. These attributes actually changes the default behavior of any element in the web page. So suppose what is a default behavior means that if I use p tag, then when it will be rendered in the web page, it will come with some default settings like default font, default text color. So if I don't like to keep that default font, we can change the font style, color, different informations also. So for that I need to use style attribute of the p tag. In style attribute I can provide these different values for the texts, that is font, color, color size, like that. Apart from that, so each tag has their set of dedicated attributes. Apart from that, we have some global set of attributes which is applicable to all other elements in the web page. Okay. So if I try to analyze the basic structure of any HTML file, so it look like this. So all the files start with HTML tag like this. This is the beginning of that, and header. It is divided into two parts: head and body section. Head section carries different information like title, script, then style sheet, this kind of information. And the body tag will put all the elements which will be visible to the user. So this is a basic structure of the HTML file. And what kind of information we can actually keep for head, that is title. This is a just general information about the page which will be visible at the top of the page. Script, if we want to use any scripting coding for our web page, then we can use the script tag. If I want to format my data, any style information I have to provide, then I can use style. If I have also, I can use link tag to provide all this information about script and style also. So in body section, we provide all the tag which will be visible to the user. So for example, like p tag, table tag, a tag, table tag. So there are so many tags are available. So all the visible portion should be part of the body tag. So heading tag, actually the tags used for text only, and it is used for title for any paragraph. So it has different types of varieties based upon their size of the text. Font size will change if I change the header. So the largest font size is associated with H1 heading tag. Then H2, then H3, and up to H6. H6 has the smallest font size. Okay. So let's see. There are some list of style text tag, the attributes along with the paragraph. These common attributes to the paragraphs are ID, it's a unique identifier of the elements, name. So ID, name both are used to uniquely identify each paragraph tag. Okay. Class and style, these attributes are used to format the data. When we will discuss about style sheet, we will see that how class and style attributes are used to format the content of the text. Language is used to set different types of languages, and alignment is something that when there are different types of alignments available for paragraph like left alignment, right alignment, center alignment, and also justify. So these alignments are very obsolete right now. This all information can be provided with style attribute. So H1 I already discussed. P tag for paragraph span. So if you have large context and in the large paragraph, suppose two and three words you want to change the formatting. So we can mark these two and three words with the help of span, and whatever the style information we are adding to the span, that will be applicable to only those three words. Break is used for to have a line break. Suppose you are writing a long sentence and you want to break the line into two lines. So we can use in the middle of this single line break. SUP and SUB, these two tags are used to write subscript and superscript. So these are used to write different formula or chemical equations. These tags are very useful. U tag, I tag, and B tag are used for underline the text, make the text italic, make the text bold. So we can use these tags individually, or we can use these tags in combination of other tags also. So suppose we want to emphasize a certain number of words, then emphasize means the text will become italic. Strong. If I want to strongly emphasize something, the text will become bold. Delete. Suppose we have some text that is already deleted. So when I write any text within this tag delete, if that text will contain a strike through. Insert means if I inserted something, that text will can be included with the help of insert tag. Ruby, if we are using different types of languages like Chinese language, so we can have a simple annotation with the language also. So this annotation can be added with Ruby tag. KBD, suppose we are writing a technical article, and or suppose I'm writing a text regarding how you can configure certain things. So in that configuration, you can include some uh, switch combination like Control C, Alt H. So this kind of things can be formatted using KBD. WBR specify the word break. That is, if I'm using justified alignment, what will happen that a word cannot be placed at the same time in the same line. So we need to write a certain portion of the word in the next line also. So where should I break the word? That indication we can mark with the help of word break. That's it. So let's go and see how we can create an HTML page. So already one container I have created here. Before that, let's create a simple HTML file. So to create any HTML file, you can use different editor. Any text editor will be fine. But in these examples, I am going to use VS Code as an editor. So just to go and add a new file here, a new file will be created. So we'll start from HTML. This is our first tag we have to include. Then I have to include head and body section. Okay. So in head, let's suppose I am writing title. This is first example. Next, add some text with the help of paragraph tag. This is my first paragraph tag. Okay. So this is a simple web page I have created with the help of HTML tags. Now to run this HTML file or to view this HTML file in the web browser, we can do either go to the file and open it, and or I can install tool from VS Code. Go to the uh, marketplace of the VS Code and search HTML preview. So HTML preview will come like this. Since I have already installed it, so it will come like this. If you are installing first time, the install option will come. You click on install, it will be installed. So again, go to the file. After the installation, we can directly run any HTML file from VS Code like this. So right click and choose this option show in browser. So it will be opened like this. So this is our output. Now you can see that I have written so many tags, but only this text has come because I have kept this p tag inside the body tag. So that concludes that whatever I put inside the body tag, that will come in the browser. So this is my browser and this is my output. Okay. Now let's see what are the other text tag that can help you to create any content, especially the text content. So these are the header tags. So I have included all the header tags from H1 to H6. Okay. So this we will see that this kind of things will come. Let's see in the browser. So you see different types of varying things are coming, and the size of the font is decreasing as we going from H1 to H6. Okay. This is used for heading only. Next we have seen paragraph, and using this break I can break the whole line, and also we are using U, I and P to add some styling to my text only for these three words. So the text will be italic, bold and underlined. Let's see in our browser what it looks like. So first here line break we have implemented. So all the sentence and words, they came in the second line, and these three words we have applied the styling, the detailing, bold. So we are getting this form like this. Okay. Next go to emphasize. Now in this paragraph tag I have used emphasize, so that will be some italic style. You see now the total sentence in italic form. So whenever I use any emphasize keyword, that will make the text in italic style. Now I have used SUB to write a chemical equation for water. So we'll get, sorry, this one H2O like this. So whatever I'm writing within this tag sub, that will come below this, the preceding alphabet. So H2O. The next example we see different types of equations we have created. So here I have used strong tag also. You'll see the bold letter will come. The letter is bold right now. So whatever text we will include inside this strong tag, that will become bold form. Now I have created this formula. First see the what the formula looks like. So a2x square plus a1x plus a0 equals to 40. How we can write that? So a2 means a subscript. So I have to put 2 inside this tag. Then x superscript, then 2. Then plus a subscript 1, then x plus a subscript 0 equal to 4. So this is the way we can create any mathematical equation with the help of subscript and superscript. Now see how del tag is being used. Okay, so go and check the output of del tag. So you see strike through is there for the deleted text. Now next, what it looks like when I insert any text, inserted text like this. Okay, so within this insert tag, whatever text I will put there, that will come like an underlined text like this. It indicates the inserted, the text is inserted here. Next, the Ruby tag. So Ruby tag, if whenever you use Ruby tag, we have to use other tags like RP, RT. With the combinations of that, we can write the annotation for any language. So this is some Chinese letter, and what is the meaning of that? I can write in the help of annotation. So you see, the meaning of that is written as an annotation. We can create annotation like this also for year, month, and date. So when I write this way, we get the annotation like year, month, and date. And finally, for keyboard sentence, so press Ctrl plus C. Whenever I write like this will, the letters will come like. So these certain things we can use. So these are all text-based tags we are going to use whenever we want to create any text-related content. So this will help us in different way how we can create our text elements. So that's it. The next coming video will discuss about different types of table tags and their attributes, how we can create the list, etc. Thank you.